everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today I'm going to talk you through my February TBR. So we are already 1 month into the new year. When did that happen? I don't know, but here are the books that I hope to read, although this, again, may be a bit ambitious considering that February is the shortest month of the year. The first book that I absolutely have to read, and will be my classic for the month as well, is Valette by Charlotte Bronte. This is for Marissa's The Bronte Project, which I linked in my last video, and luckily we had January and February to read this or I never would have made it. So I promise I will start actually reading this in February. I stuck a bookmark in, that's progress. And I'm honestly not sure what this is about. I believe a lot of it takes place in Belgium, but that's pretty much all I know. And I kind of like only having foggy ideas of this before I go into it. The next book that I want to read this month will be my non-fiction book for the month, which is Black Tutors by Miranda Kaufman. And this is actually a Christmas gift that I bought for my mother a few years ago. But I have been meaning to borrow it for myself, and only just now have actually gotten around to doing it. I thought Black History Month would be an excellent way to push myself to actually finally read it. This is about exactly what it says, Black people during the Tudor era, who of course were in England the entire time, but history books never really focus on them until this book, and it focuses on what life would have been like in Tudor Britain for Black people. And that sounds absolutely fascinating. I love Tudor history, so I'm very much looking forward to getting a new perspective on it. The next book I would also like to read in February is The Confessions of Fanny Langton by Sarah Collins. This is a book that was everywhere on BookTube, at least last year, I believe a little bit in 2019 as well. And it is the story of Fanny Langton, who is on trial for killing her mistress, but she and her mistress may have also been having an affair. And according to the quote from Emma Donoghue on the back, it also works in the slave narrative and the experience of a person of color in, I believe it's early Regency, maybe Victorian. I did this last time. I searched for the date in which this book takes place, and nothing on the flaps or in the first couple of pages gives me any sort of clue. And I don't want to dig too far in for fear of spoilers, but I think it's a 19th century story of some sort. The next books are ones that I may or may not get to. I won't be disappointed with myself if I don't get to them. But they're books that either I've been really looking forward to or would provide wonderful escapism, because January has been rather a difficult month for a variety of reasons that are beyond my control. So I'd love to have a little bit of a joyful escape. The first of those books is Mary Toft, or The Rabbit Queen by Dexter Palmer, which is the story of Mary Toft and is based on the true story of Mary Toft, who claimed to have given birth to rabbits. And it's the story of the investigation of that case. Doctors and scientists examining her and listening to her story and trying to figure out, could this really have happened? And why is this coming to light? And this just sounds fascinating, and I feel like this very strange tale would make a wonderful read for February or March, which to me always feel like very strange months. Next on my comfort and escapist reads is Anne of Ingleside by L.M. Montgomery. I've been slowly working my way through the series over the past couple of years, and I read books 4 and 5 last year. So I would love to continue with the series this year now that I have the final 3 books. So this is a continuation of the Anne of Green Gables story, but I won't say too much more than that, because if I do, I will spoil something that happens in those first 5 books. But if you have not read this series, I would very much encourage you to do so. I love it. And lastly, the book that I would love to read this month is You Jeeves by P.G. Wodehouse full of more escapist and wonderful humor. I have loved the Jeeves stories since I was 12, mainly through the television show, and I was very lucky to find more of these editions and receive them for Christmas, which was really lovely, so I'd love to read one and have a good old chuckle. Now, I'm not entirely sure of the plot of this one based on the back. It is about Bertie's friend Chuffy and his pursuit of Pauline Stoker, the American heiress, and of course Bertie and his butler Jeeves get mixed up in all of that, which in the television show is one of my favorite episodes because it involves the trombone and heliotrope pajamas, both of which have become running gags in my family as I now own a pair of heliotrope pajamas and my father played the trombone. So we always loved that episode in this house. I would hope that those adventures show up in this novel, but then again they may not. They may appear in other novels and were rearranged for the television program, so I will let you know. So there you have it. Those are the books that I hope to read in February. Let me know down below if you have read any of these, if you loved any of them. Don't tell me if you didn't like them just yet, or what you are excited to read this month. I'm always up for new ideas. So chat with me in the comments, and until next time, be safe, be well, and happy reading. Bye everyone.